Thank you very much, and it is indeed a pleasure to be here with the many special guests that have been attending the entire day. And today, yes, we have been, and we've seen and celebrated the leadership and the role that IFPRI has played as a champion for agriculture, food security, and its role in helping to promote the reductions of hunger and poverty. And the launching of this Compact 2025 continues this distinction of leadership and bringing the evidence, knowledge, and partnership in really the best spirit of the CGIAR and the global development community. We applaud your vision and your leadership in advancing this. From the perspective of the Feed the Future, the U.S. government Global Hunger and Food Security Initiative, indeed, we are very supportive of this global agenda and these regional commitments that have been made to end hunger and undernutrition and recognize the coherence and priority of these goals in the context of the SDGs 2030, the African heads of state commitments, to CAADP and the Malabo commitments to eliminate hunger and make major reductions in malnutrition by 2025, and the World Health Assembly's ambitious nutrition goals 2025. We're committed to these goals and to supporting these development efforts. Feed the Future, the U.S. government's Global Hunger and Food Security Initiative, has played an important role in terms of the U.S. government's engagement on and support all of these initiatives. USAID has made commitments to global extreme poverty reduction and have fully developed a white paper that is presented at events at the UNGA SDG rollout in September. In 2013, we provided $2.1 billion to specifically address hunger and nutrition through Feed the Future, the U.S. government's Global Hunger and Food Nutrition Initiative, and the Global Health and Humanitarian Assistance efforts. We've provided support and made path-breaking work on policy, nutrition, agriculture, climate-smart agriculture, and agriculture value chain development in over 19 countries. And we've worked closely with IFPRI and others on the specifics of targeted action to achieve undernutrition and hunger linkages. As we move, forward with, the implementation, of the Compact 2025, we're really pleased to see the increased commitment, to these issues, right? And really support an effort to bring greater evidence, to address, these issues. But as we're moving forward, I really want to just, focus on three particular challenges that we think, the Compact 2025 will need to tackle. And it's clear as we, are moving forward with this agenda, you've already made progress in being able to identify how to roll this out in some of the different countries, moving forward. It's going to be extremely important in moving to that operational level. But concretely, you have your hands full. We have our hands full as a community that is committed to this issue. And in several of these countries, even today as we're here, discussing the launching of this, they're facing significant challenges with the onset of the El Nino, which is going to provide one of the greatest threats to nutrition security that exists. There will be no time to prepare. There will be no time to actually come up, with, many different research activities, hitting the ground to be able to come to terms with what is one of the most significant nutrition security issues is going to actually require, the full engagement, of delivering on what you've called for and what you've committed to, of bringing the evidence and the experience, to bear on this. I think that, but it is critically important that that happen, right? That we really move to the ground level. In Malawi, in Ethiopia, in Rwanda, in Bangladesh, as you've already actually identified these actions, it's going to be a critical challenge of making that work and bringing together the kind of partnership that's really going to be important. Would like to really emphasize also in this challenge the need for actually IFPRI to dig into a deeper engagement on some of the policy issues, the agricultural policy issues that are going to be critically important in increasing the impacts of nutrition, that have been already raised and discussed here in terms of how do we actually drive some of the changes through policy on creating greater dietary diversity, on reduced food contamination, on nutritional quality, and improving the gender dynamics. There are critical policy issues within the agricultural policy framework and wider for being able to do that. And third, moving forward, really reflecting on making this work, it's going to be important that we really figure out how to build on existing platforms. Compact 2025 is not going to be able to create the kinds of foundations that exist right now within SUN, within CADAP, within a variety of things, how to actually bring these together in a concrete way of partnership and bringing these efforts to scale is going to pose great institutional challenges for all parties, and think that that is going to be a tremendously important issue. Identifying the specific implementation needs and gaps of these partner countries go from these high-level 10-year goals to actual on-the-ground actions is going to require a great deal of energy of bringing the many groups together. And with that, I want to thank you, for this opportunity to, provide some comments and applaud the efforts, of IFPRI of providing this leadership, that is going to be essential in the success of this agenda. Thank you very much.